About 15 years ago, I looked at my old suitcase, but out from camp. I found my old notebooks. Then I thought about, maybe I should write about the story, so that maybe somehow that let everybody know what had happened during the wartime, that all Japanese Canadian had a hard time. My name is Tom Sando. Originally, name is Tamio Kuwabara. And I am 86 years old right now, 2 years older than my brother. My father was fisherman for a long time on Skeena River, and me, my brother, was born there, and fishing cannery, a small fishing cannery named Bermolo, just upstream of Skeena River.
I think that the official name is Port Ivan. Port Ivan, but not in the map anymore now. This is all gone. Nothing left now. My name is Shig Kuwabara. I guess 2 years younger than Tom. And then we unfortunately, we lost mother when I was 2, and he's 4 years old. So while he fishing up on the north, such thing happened. So my dad can't look after anymore. So he somehow communicate to Japan's old country in Niigata Ken, where my auntie and his sister, Tora, she agreed to look after us. So he took Tom and myself into the somehow in a boat to next year, then took us to the Japan and left at the sister's place. We together with our aunt's family, where she have 3 kids, her own. So she raised us up like own kids, like, because it's own auntie, so she's pretty good at us. So we had a good life. And then while going to school, which is the farmer, so they don't have much cash themselves. But my dad sent compensation or maintenance money. Somehow we finished 8 years in the school, which is called Jinjo Koto Shogakko, which is 6 years for the lower one and a couple more years for the higher one, to 8 years finished. And of course, Tom is 2 years older than me, so he finished before. And he worked a little while,
Oh yeah, I did work on the farm. Oh yeah, just like a big man.
Job,
Yeah, helping my cousin. Cousin was 5 years older than me. I did work hard.
Until my dad come back and claim us,
And in the 1937, and my dad sent me a letter to ask us if we want to come back to Canada or stay in Japan. And he told me it's up to us, He's very, very that way, easy person that don't demand what to do not. So it's up to us. I sent a letter back to Canada right away. No,
So
I don't want to stay in Japan.
he
Because,
wrote a
it's,
letter, yeah.
it's all about military, deal, and even I have to go to training. Oh, I'm not going to stay in Japan. So my dad sent me back to say, if you want to come to Canada, you got to work. But if you want to stay in Japan, I'll let you go to school, anything you want to go. You could be a teacher, lawyer, doctor. I'll send you money. Actually, I had my idea, my dad, because he was alone for so many years. Because he doesn't want nothing to do with, the younger, son. He should not want to stay alone. I think I had the idea that he wanted us to stay in Japan. Yeah, but I said, no, I don't want to work. I'm going back to Canada. So that was it. So I said, okay. So my dad came, when was about after summer season? Must be September, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
September.
late September he came to Japan and stayed in Japan.
Through winter time.
Yeah, till
And yeah. And,
about close to May. I went to see the station to meet my father coming from Canada. That's the first time I'm going to see my father, because I don't remember anybody. I'm only 4 years old when I left. And so anyway, I went to see him, meet him on station. And he had a nice suit on, a mustache on, a cane on. First I scared, is that my father? I saw in the picture, but he's so distinguished, so look so good. I kind of scared first. Yeah. Then after get used, but okay. And so.
yeah, you look very good.
And
Yeah.
he looked at me. Are you Tom? Because only he remembered when he left. He told me when I was born, I was premature. He said, when you were born, I put it in hand. I can see through your body. He said, his sister and a relative, I think I have to find a wife, because the boy's too young to look after. So
Oh, that's right.
yeah. So that's why he told everybody
thinking
that
about marriage.
I'm looking for a wife because my boys is still too young. Actually, he wanted himself. So anyway, and quite a few interview, with a woman. So he had about almost a dozen candidates to get married. Yeah, and so many. Because he was so nice looking, and everybody thought that he had a lot of money in Canada. And he was so kind and easy. He never get mad or anything. I never see any person so gentle. And
He's a very gentle man.
hardly raise any voice, And, I think one of the nicest man I ever know. Anybody, that his age, like, yeah. Coming to Canada, we bought a boat. Yeah.
I bought that.
It's easier. About a fairly big boat. About 30,000 tons.
Yeah. Prince of Asia. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Prince of Asia. And everybody got seasick, except me, my dad. So we got all the good food. But my dad was a good hunter. Especially best on territory known as a deer hunter. So for everybody said, if anybody wants a deer, go ask Kuwabara. Yeah, oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
He's a famous deer hunter.
Good hunter.
Yeah.
And one time he took us together hunting, for the deer hunting, and we walk up on the mountain. And then before he go into there, he chopped the tree on just eye height site. So he cut the bark off and he walk more away. Then same line, he cut the bark off with a little hatches, to make a mark on both sides, So looking back, you can see that mark there. So when you get their hunting place, then they come back, you won't get lost, We come back, same route we can come back. Yeah, and by the time we get there, he told us to don't move, don't be quiet, and don't move. And he pointed, and there's deer there. So we look at it. I couldn't find a deer at all. So we just quiet and stayed. And so my dad raised up a rifle and he shot and bang, Now that I can see it, the animal just popping away and, few more long and then fall. So now he says, let's go and take a look at it. So we walked there. They just died, Then that was, first hunting we saw with him, and he's a good hunter, all right, yeah.
Fishing season was pretty small those days, just on the salmon. Actually, we start, but in the beginning of July, the coho salmon season. Then right after that, we have a sake salmon season. Only lasts about 2 months. And so actually, then if anybody want to go for coho salmon fishing, maybe another 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks. So that's all we have a time to fishing. So most permanent resident and those remote Skeena River area only maybe work 2 months, 3 months most. So rest of the year doing nothing, cut the firewood and so on. So very kind of poor life we had. But most of the cannery, we don't have to pay the cash to buy the grocery, clothing. So just to put in a book, and we have to pay back after salmon season's over. So their life was very easy. Don't have to worry about and so on.
Lots of food.
But with no money. we had hard. Nobody had any extra money that to go back to Japan. To the holiday. Even young people there, I think they even haven't got money to go to Japan, look for a wife. So that kind of life most people had in northern BC and Skeena River.
15 to 12 family, so over 60, more than 60, 70, Japanese people. Yeah, whole family. Yeah, they're permanent people. They stay there, and then some fishermen come from Vancouver down south to come up just on the season. They work for the 3 months, then go back. So those are the people, especially coming for the sakai season for the salmon.
And if you don't have your own boat, we can rent a boat from carry. Yeah, so actually not that many Japanese have their own boat. So I would say about 3/4 rent a boat from cannery.
Yeah.
And also net, it costs money if you have your own net. So you can rent a net also from cannery. So the living is very, very easy. You don't have to worry about it. You don't need the money. If you don't have the money, you can rent it. So pretty simple. And if you don't have the money to pay for it, you can pay it off after salmon season.
That's right.
So life was pretty easy and people. That was before war, 1938, when we fished salmon, 3 of us together.
Together, yeah.
Till war started. That was in
1941.
41.
Yeah.
And the government took our boat away, so we cannot fish anymore. So that was the end of fishing.
That was my dad have two boats, one little one and one bigger one. It's called Hokui number 1, Hokui number 2. That's the name of the boat, right? And that was they fish down to the coast, down to the Steveston, and me and the mother took a steamboat. It's called Kadena, Princess Kadena. So we came back in Vancouver. Then we finally got house rented from Cannery and down Steveston's winch cannery. There's still a cannery name called winch cannery there. So we got house rented, so we're gonna stay there. So they tie up a boat on the front of that rented house, and then we put our gears in inside the house, and then they go back to boats and sleep. And next day get up, I was heard the news that the Pearl Harbor been bombed, and that's it, and that's everything. Just the day before the war. This is amazing, yeah. When they get up and wake up in their old boats, and they get up and then heard the news, Pearl Harbor being bombed. And then right away, we don't have to, move around, but you have to stay put till because the government says something about it for us. So, yeah, that was stuck right there. Yeah. Then me and brother and dad, I guess we live in that rented Steveston house. Then mother stayed in Vancouver, a rooming house. She stayed there. She doesn't want to come to the Steveston that time, I think, yeah. I was 18 years, and he's 20.
Yeah, it's funny.
And 18 years, it's old enough to separate from family. But at that time, I was up to 17 years, then 42 or 45 years older is
Up to 45.
co family or
Yeah.
something, though they can stay. But between 18 and 42, I think, everybody have to go to road camp or somewhere. Unless you go to Shura Beach or something, you have to move out to the beach coast there.
Start from before going to camp. It's a start with immigration. No, start from Hastings Park first, and then so that was the beginning. And we went through two camps like first Pitawar, intermediate camp, and Angler.
Yeah,
So-
first Peter Wawa and then
So
Anglican.
when I left the camp, that was the end. My story for my diaries. Yeah.
That's the time, yeah, we had a trouble there.
So that was our most reason against the government not going nowhere. And
No, we just met people from Cumberland group,
Yeah, they got the
young
same story
people,
too.
yeah. Then they told us that's not fair, so we should protest the government and to ask a whole Japanese family move together, but as long as government say okay for that, then we go anywhere we can go, and then we can, allow to government to follow it, yeah. And then we have to do something to protest the government.
We don't bring to no group. We just came in as an individual, but they had a group. They call mass
Evacuation
group.
Evacuation group.
Yeah, they are a big group.
Nisei mass evacuation group. That's what the name. Until government gave us some answer, and they didn't give us.
That's why we stay 4 years in the camp.
Yeah.
Government didn't give in.
Yeah, didn't give in.
So we ended up in 4
We
years.
don't give in. So we refuse to go to Rodo camp on certain days. We're not going. Okay, you're not going? Okay. Then RCMP bring one big truck, a kind of army truck with a canvas on it. Then told us to get on that truck. That was Cumberland young people, and then about nearly 20, 15 or 20.
But 20 people.
Not that many, yeah. So push us in the truck, and in the end of it, our RCMP guy sat on the end of the bench. Then they took us straight to the immigration building and the waterfront, and where there used to be a CPR pier there. Yeah.
Actually, instead of internment camp, I stayed as a concentration camp. I think that concentration camp is more practical name, the place we stay, because we are not war prisoner. We are sort of like a political or prisoner or a troublemaker against the government. I think I described in my book also, but we are surrounded by the 3 layers of a barbed wire. And some barbed wire about almost 3 to 4 meters high. And plus
Tower.
Watchtower.
Watchtower. 5 watchtower.
5 watchtower all around, and concentrated and guarded by the guy with a gun and the machine guns.
With a machine gun and rifle.
And plus saturate.
Yeah, saturate, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So it's almost same as you see in a movie, and that European and POW camp, or same deal. Exactly, they treat us a prisoner of the war. We had a big red
but that
circle,
size circle.
big circle on the back, and
yeah.
strip on the pants. And even the cap, we have strip of red, so they can shoot off easily. Good target. That's what they heard. It's a good target in case we escape.
That's all red colors. Bright red color with denim blue, wearing. So very colorful things, but so easy to see it when you escape. Yeah.
Loneliness.
No freedom.
Yeah, loneliness and no freedom. And another thing is that we are short of food. Mind you, it was wartime. We just barely keep away from hungry, because we hardly wait mealtime, especially our, younger people, like. Yeah, but I think when I heard after how the other POW camp in the world, that and the Philippines and South Asia and Russia, I think they treat us very
Was,
scary.
yeah.
I could see right now.
Compared to that, we've been treated really good.
We had a trouble among us, like, some were like to get out of camp, so the hardcore people come around to try to stop them, so on. But we are restricted from going out after dark. Somehow, I think they must have went out to one bunkhouse to bunkhouse at night. It's only about, not too far, about 20 feet away. But to get the other bunkhouse to give some lecture to younger people, must have done. Then guard
Watchtower, see
guard must spot them.
See it. Yeah.
So start shooting.
Put the spotlight on
After shooting us, I can hear a bird come through over my head, stuck on a mattress.
Mm.
So first thing we did is, what I did is jumped down. I was on a bank top, down floor, right on floor, it was in the south side. And that would actually shoot us, right inside the bunkhouse.
But fortunately, nobody heard that. Yeah.
So anyway, next day we protest because they thought first we are not Canadian. They thought we are actually prisoner from Pacific Japanese soldier. Well, they never thought that we are just Canadian. So that way they treat us beginning. Then. And at the end, they heard and they realized we are poor and unfortunately Canadian, so they felt sorry for us. Young man like me, I have ambition to learn this, that. There are so many things I want to learn. I had once so many things to learn, I didn't have time. You believe it or not? Yeah. And I had a class for the Japanese, part of English. Most of it I spent Judo, and plus we joined those military drill. We got an old sergeant from Japan, so he's the one that teaches us, how the army drill, and plus I attend Haiku Japanese poem clubs, and I still want to join music club, but I don't have time. I was so busy. You're surprised. Yeah, my day was just packed, a whole thing, and plus I want to read. So we had a library and the most Japanese book. Then I was doing a judo, and when I left the camp, I was almost close to first dan black belt. Then after I worked in Ontario Power Mail Company, and so they hired me as a judo instructor. So,
oh, is that right?
And Dryden, Ontario, and Sulca, Ontario, and finally in Winnipeg. And I instruct Corbett. Then those days, you have to be a fourth dan judo to be able to instruct. So I have to get that honorable fourth dan
is that right?
Certificate from Japan. Yeah. Maybe I wasn't that good, but anyway, I had a fourth dan honorable judo.
I think we did behave also pretty good on that camp, because so many young and old people, and some like to do gamble, so they continue doing playing a card, playing gamble things, and just spending time, all that, day in, day out.
So quite a few, about more than half was released from camp. Slowly, 10, 15, or 20 times.
officially came time to time, then asked us someone to go on outside, see family, or offer you a job, so you want to get off. So secretly, and some people put a name in it, then sent to them. So they finally they came, and about 10, sometimes few, 2, 3, and they quietly out from camp. So finally about over 700 people there, and down, then come to almost 300 some odd people. Yeah.
Yeah, mind you, you cannot go back to BC. So most end up in Ontario, like Toronto, Hamilton, whatever you can get a job. But you cannot join a family right away. But you have to get a job there, then slowly maybe able to bring a family to Toronto.
So better to stay in the camp than go outside and
we're going to stay
have a hard
in the
time.
war.
Yeah,
because all government to agree to get this, bring the families together and back our property back, whatever, But until our demand meet, we're not going to come out of camp. So that way we're stuck. Yeah. The government agent came around to offer other job. So then we finally got an offer to go to north of Winnipeg, or Powwood.
About 300 miles north. Yeah.
So we have to make a contract 6 months to stay. So that's the job offer we have. So we accept. That was spring of 1946. Almost 7-8 months later, the war ended.
That's right. So 11 of us went out there together. Yeah, because most experience on bush and logging things, About 3 guys there, they expert of the logging. Rest of us, we know a little bit about it. So we took about pulpwood cutting. So let's go then, and so we together. And even he took up judo lesson.
Yes,
and I took up a kendo lesson.
He was
finally I come up to 5th degree black belt. I'm not over there, but after the camp, and I joined the Vancouver Kendo Club for a while. Then teaching all the kids for good 30 years after that, But Kendo started from that Angular camp, and the camp instructor, called Mr. Matsushita.
It's up to my parents. If they wanna go back to Japan, we go together. Or if they want to stay in Canada, we do so. So finally, I got letters from them. They decided to stay in Canada because Japan was in a bad shape too, also right after war. So we're going to stay in Canada for a while. So that was the last decision we made, to stay in Canada and get a job. But actually, we are so lower. I was thinking about now, we gave in to government. All the 5 years protest, finally we gave in that we're going to obey whatever, so in that. But some still kept protest. They not going to come out of camp. About 300.
Oh, those people had to send to Moose Jaw. Saskatchewan.
They finally, after that camp, they closed down. They sent Moose Jaw, kept them a while. Then they sent to Japan. After came out of camp, and we worked together at those they called extra gang, and CP rail ride, cleaning the snow by the Coco Harbor, area, the snow. And we worked together about 2 months, 3 months.
Yeah, 3 months. Yeah.
So that was the end. I went back to Winnipeg.
Because yeah.
And he stayed with my parents.
He had a trouble with stepmother.
Yeah.
And
So I saw
he can get along very good.
I saw the colors. Well, that's it.
Yeah.
I do my own. So since then, I'm on my own. So I had a quite more funny life than he had. More what was called exciting. I don't know, different kind of life. I had a girlfriend in Polish first one. I wanted to get married. Then after that, I married to a woman, and she's some half French, half native. That's why I have one daughter now, and 2 grandchildren. Then after separate, divorce, I remarried to the lady, German. So actually, I never associate with Japanese, so most known Japanese, all my life. But my second wife died about 21 years ago.
Yeah, I was quit fishing after the marriage. And also she wants to live in Vancouver in the city, so we settled on the house in Vancouver to bought a house somehow, and that's how I started my life in here. I changed many jobs, and I work as a gardener. I work as logging. I work like factory worker, making doors and sash, and I work in as a salesman and sell a few things and on, and then finally I finished while working on factory. I get apprenticeship with a sign painting shop. Then somehow I learned my trade on sign painting. Then I have enough skill for myself to establish my own shop in North Vancouver, and then call my just one-man show's sign shop. I worked for that for I don't know how many years, 12 years. Then retired, finished,
Something I learned very valuable during the 4 years in internment for my later life. The first, I learned how to cope with loneliness away from family. Another thing I learned,
Number 2.
and how to cope, endure the hardship that I had a good lesson since after I left camp, like, you know, for my whole life. Yeah, and that was a good lesson, how to endure hardship.
Yeah.
Another thing, I learned value of friendship.
That's right,
I made
friendship.
a very, very nice friends in the camp. And lastly, I learned how to mingle with other people, because we had amongst 700 people. So you know how to mingle, how to treat the other people, you know, not get into any trouble, or so I learned how to manage or how to treat the other people. That was most great lesson I had, because since I came to Edmonton, I was hired by a very big company as a superintendent. Sometimes I had about 50 to 200, you know, under me, you know. So I know how to how to handle those. So I learned at the camp. So I think camp 4 years wasn't totally rough.
Yeah, that's what
I learned something that very valuable.
we learned something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I not quite regret.
Bitter about it. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why was my feeling now about at camp.
Our liberty, our freedom, being hold down and cut down as like a third class citizen, right? You know, because everybody is equal and everybody is same, and especially we are owned here, so we are same as all Canadian, like, you know.
Because me and my brother understand English way and Japanese way, two way, both way. But when you get your generation, pretty hard to, you know, most English side, not too many Japanese side. We try to keep our Japanese heritage, you know, but pretty hard, because most intermarried and when younger people forget what kind of life their grandparents, great grandparents. But like I'm very much appreciate like you people try to keep the heritage. I'm very much you know, glad that some like you people are doing too, you know, to keep. So hope even for now, another 50 years, 100 years, still would like to have a sort of a record that the people and our younger generation will think about what the old people did. That's my hope, that they still like to keep, you know, heritage of Japanese Canadian.